To make this baby bib, you need one ball of this yarn. The recommended needle is 2.5 or 3 mm, a pair of 3 mm knitting needles, a needle, snaps or a button, scissors, and the machine to place the snaps. We start from the point, from the bottom part, and we have to cast on 3 stitches. We have to make a slip knot and cast on 3 stitches. Once we have the 3 stitches, we have to make 1 increase. We have to knit front back. We have to knit the first stitch. We don't have to remove the stitch from the needle, and knit the back part of the stitch. We made 1 increase, knit the stitch in the middle, and knit from back the last stitch. You have to knit the last stitch. You don't have to remove the stitch from the needle, and knit the back part of the stitch. Now we have 5 stitches on the needle. Now we are on the wrong side of the bib. We have to make an edge on each side of 3 stitches with garter stitch. 3 stitches with garter stitch on each side. So we have to knit all the stitches. We have to knit the 5 stitches. Once we have the 5 stitches, we are on the right side, and now we have to make again 1 increase on each side. To make the increases in this row, we have to knit 2 stitches, one stitch before the stitch of the middle. We have to yarn over, knit the stitch in the middle, yarn over again, and knit 2. On the row in the wrong side, we have to knit 3 stitches to make the edge with garter stitch. But we have to knit the 3rd stitch, the yarn over, taking the back loop. We have to purl the stitch in the middle, and knit the 3 last stitches. In this case, we have to knit taking the back loop of the yarn over, and knit the 2 following stitches. And you can see here the shape of a pig. Remember, you have to work 3 stitches of the beginning of the row, and the 3 last stitches you have to work always the garter stitch to make an edge. So now you have to knit 3, and we are in a row on the right side, and now we have to make again increases. You have to make a yarn over, knit the stitch in the middle, yarn over before the 3 last stitches, and knit the 3 last stitches to make the edge. In the row on the wrong side, we have to knit the 3 stitches of the edge, and purl all the stitches to have only 3 stitches on the needle. Now you have to purl also the yarn over, and here we want to get a hole. So purl all the stitches to have 3 stitches and make the edge of garter stitch, making knit 3. One row on the right side we have to knit 3 to make the edge. Yarn over after the edge, knit 3 stitches before the end, yarn over again and knit the 3 last stitches to complete the edge. Row in the wrong side, you have to knit 3, purl all the stitches to have only 3 stitches on the needle and knit the 3 last stitches. One more time a row in the right side, you have to knit 3, yarn over, knit 3 stitches before the end, yarn over again and knit 3. And remember, in the row on the wrong side you have to knit the 3 stitches at the beginning of the row, purl the stitches on the middle and knit the 3 last stitches. You have to repeat the row in the right side and the row in the wrong side to have 17 centimeters. Once you have the 17 centimeters, from the bottom to the top you have to make 5 rows with the garter stitch, 5 rows working the knit stitch. Once you have the 5 rows with the garter stitch, you have to bind off all the stitches. Remember how to bind off, you have to knit 1, knit the following stitch and pass the first stitch over the second stitch. Repeat the same, knit 1 and pass the first stitch over the second stitch, and you have to repeat the same to the end of the row. And now you can cut the yarn and in my case I will place snaps to close the bib, but if you want you can make a buttonhole to place a button. And you finished the baby bib.